Alrighty, guys. Yes, Cousin Pookie strikes a freaking again. Now, this is a Jeep. Don't matter the car, guys. It's the engine. Well, it's the problem. It's the complaint. Some of these complaints can apply to any cars, but I know a lot of people want to know what specific kind of car I'm working on. But like I say, it doesn't matter on the car of the vehicle because this engine is in some of everything. So I think they need to know, or they want to know that information so they can, like if they own one, they'll know what directly to look for if they have that problem. But when you're a mechanic, you don't really think like that. You zone in on the particular engine, you know what I'm saying? Because like I say, engines can go in multiple of cars. For instance, this could be in a truck. Are you gonna are you gonna not think that that problem can happen on a truck because you saw that problem happening in a Jeep Grand Cherokee? No, you're not. You shouldn't think like that. Here's the deal, Cousin Pookie. Y'all know where we're going with this. All right. Yes, it's here now to get fixed, or at least find out. Now, the thing that's crazy is there's no check engine light, and I gotta sometime it'll run rough like this. Now, the computer, I don't know. These things are pretty sophisticated and will catch that. Unless it's just been erased. Okay, maybe they erased it and they still feel the misfire, so they hear, and the driver, or it hasn't been driven long enough to get back in similar window condition, and the computer pick it up and set it. All right, the computer, just because you got a hard misfire, the computer not going to automatically pick it up and turn the light on. In some cases it would, but in some cases it won't. So it's here from another shop. Now, y'all know the drill. I'm assuming it's a misfire in cylinder 1, P0301. I got a new coil right here, new plugs all over, new intakes, new everything. But like I say, mechanics will tend to panic when they don't have a check engine light. And I get it, guys. A check engine light is very much needed. It potentially help put you in the right direction. Okay? For instance, if you got a P0301, you could assume you have a problem with cylinder 1. What I mean by that, it could be anything. Secondary ignition, meaning coil or spark plugs, or even low compression in that cylinder, injector, air leak on the intake on, cylinder 1 area. It could be anything. But I guess they maxed out at, well, it ain't the plugs or the coil. It must be something else. Take it to another shop. Well, here we are. I ain't no chicken shit. All right. Well, I got a little bit more experience, so I'm not gonna say that. Guys, oh my goodness, y'all wasn't supposed to see that. A couple of these damn intakes. All right, there. Now, here's what I was suspecting. It's time for a compression test. Like I say, if they've done everything related to that cylinder 1, simple. Let's find out if the engine or cylinder 1 able to carry its load. Every one of these cylinders has a responsibility in order to balance this engine out. If there's a misfire, the balance would be off. You can't say, I got 5 other cylinders, it should be fine. No, one compression low in one cylinder would throw the balance off in the whole complete engine. So they all have a job to do. They all have to produce a certain amount of compression. I don't know, 130, 180, 150 maybe. The point is, that's what my next step is. However, I chose to go a different route. Y'all notice I have the harness off of the injectors. Alright, now let me show you why. Ta-da! Y'all can see this? Yes, this is a JT Special 2. Yes, you know why? I built this to test injectors easily. Now, to ohm out injectors is nothing fancy, right? However, gaining access to the injectors can be a little complicated. Alright, see, you have your meters. It's going to be hard to get down there with each injector to see if it ohms out, how it ohms out. All right, that's a semi-test you can run on injectors. Again, guys, you would think if you got an injector issue, the computer would pick it up and set a code, and now that will lead the mechanic to the proper injector. But I'm gonna check them all. All right, but I got a misfire over here in cylinder 1. Now here's my tester. All right, I got all the injectors on this side unplugged. I'm simply gonna plug this in. It clicked in, right? That's just a typical, no big deal, just a typical injector connector. Now I'm going to set my meter up. All right, so see that? Got my meter set up for the bell can go off. All right, now what I'm gonna do is just probe these two wires. I'm essentially connected to the injector. Let's see what we get. Nothing. Guess what? Now let me compare this to injector 3 and 5, since it's so easy to do now that I have a special tool that I built. Plug this right here. I hear that click. Connector is connected. Now what we're gonna do is find out. Let's see. You hear that? What are we getting? Let's see. Make sure y'all can see the. $12. Alright, what is specs? 12 to 15. Guys, so number one injector is essentially open. Alright, I'm still not convinced. I'm going down to cylinder 5, injector 5. Simply plug that in. Alright, see what we got. You hear the bell? And $11 to $12. All right, guys, it's simple. We have an open number one injector. Okay, basically we need an injector. All right, so that is a crash course. Now there's other ways to do this, guys. I'm just showing y'all a way that JT happened to do it. I mean, you get a different way from 10 different mechanics. You ask them, how do I test? How do I know if my injector bad? All right, you may get something different from a whole slew of mechanics, because everybody have their own little special way. Like I say, I built this so I can gain access to the injector better. All right, so I need an injector on cylinder 1. All right, now I'm gonna go through and this was my problem. Okay, I don't want to spend a lot of time. Cylinder 1 was the one with the misfire. So, but you still should check all the other 3. Okay, I'm just letting you know you should. All right, now let me go up here and talk to the necessary people. That's what I got. Brand new Mopar, guys. Don't get no damn injectors off Amazon, eBay, or even Derman. Yeah, get the Mopar, top of the line, baby. Yeah. Now this is a good time to let's find out what specs should be, or what specs are, or what the readings on a brand new injector. I'm gonna hook my special tool up. You hear it click. Now let's take a listen, or let's take a look. One right here and one in right here. You hear the bell? Ooh. So on a new injector, you may see as high, okay, right there, 11.9. When it finally gets stable, guys, I'm gonna look in the book and see what specs are. And specs may show between 11 and 13. This is a brand new injector, so I would definitely go by this because it's brand new. All right, now I got some fixing to do. All right, so I found the problem. First thing first, guys, we tend to use a 6-step troubleshooting process at the shop. All right, I don't really know them by heart, but I know my main 3 is number 1, duplicate the problem. Yes, problem was easily duplicated. I can feel the engine vibrating. If I ran the engine long enough, that code would have eventually set. A misfire in cylinder 1 would eventually set. But because I know the history, I know exactly where to go. So where we at? I'll duplicate the problem. Find the cause. What caused the problem? I did just that by testing injector number 1. Found out it was open. I simply need to replace it. And the third one, just repair it. Okay, so what does it take to replace this injector? All right, the rail. Yeah, so I'm just gonna take the rail up, 2 screws right here holding the rail, and pop it out. I'm gonna blow in there first, blow down there, get all that trash out of the way. I don't want nothing down there. And that's gonna be a wrap, guys. Let's get this injector replaced. All right. Alright guys, as you can see, I got the rail up. However, take a look what stayed inside. Yes, the O-ring. You have to go fishing those out, guys. Now I don't care about this one because I'm going to replace them. I do, however, you still need to get them out of there. Just go fishing, get down in there with a pick or something. See that? Yeah, you got to go down there and get all 3 of them out. Alright, let's get this down. Number 1 injector off. Alright, got the O-rings on, back on 3 and 5. Now, this is the one we chasing. We got to get this out of here. Just grab it, kind of just pull until, ta-da, gonna lose some fuel. As you can see, there's some fuel left in the rail. Now, what you don't see on here is an O-ring. That's because it's up in here. You have to go get it, okay? Do not leave that damn O-ring up there, all right? Because it's like double sealing an oil filter. We got to go up here and get it. It probably won't even fit anyway. So good thing it's idiot proof. Come on out of here, baby. Ta-da. All right, guys. All right, so here's my new injector. Can't leave that on there. I need that, baby. The JT testing tool. All right. Now let's move this and remove this. All right, so what I'm gonna do, let's see what I have on my finger. That's grease, guys. I'm just gonna put a little grease right here, grease right here. Now I'm just gonna reverse everything I did to remove it. My light went out, so it got a little dark, and I'm gonna put grease on these O-rings right here as well. If you don't have grease, just use some motor oil, anything. You don't want to put it in dry is what I'm trying to say. So let's get this put back on here. Same way you took it off, same position. All it does is push straight up in there, like that. Ta-da! There's no clip like on the older model. All the force is done with the screws in place. So just set this back in this hole. All right, make sure it's flat down. Yep, everything in place. 2 screws you took out, put them back in. Tighten that down. Put the connectors back on, put the intake back on. There should leave your cylinder 1 misfire. You shouldn't have that problem anymore. Guys, this car will be fixed, okay? I'm gonna end this video. I hate when my light go out because the video will tend to get darker. All right, so I'm done. Put the intake back on, and that's a wrap. That's all I have, man. Thanks for watching.